Hey guys, welcome back to Sims 2 Let's Go Build, episode 5. Today we're going to be playing around with the inside walls, putting in doors, playing around with some more exterior stuff, and a few more integral things. As you can see, I'm playing around with the path at the moment. Just trying to get the right brick. We will be moving on to the exterior yard work next episode. And that should be very exciting. As you can see, I decided to go with the dark concrete for the parking spots to match the road. I also used a bit of a cheat to match the sidewalk to the driveway so that it blended. I thought that looked better than leaving it blank and leaving just the path in there. I also decided to just put that fence all the way around the outside because it looked a little wonky with the little fence attached to it. I really dislike the Sims 2 delete tool. It doesn't work very well. Much fonder of the newer games version. There's a lot more errors that can occur with this one. I decided to put back the exit from the parking spots because if you get out of your car, you don't want to walk all the way around the front door. You might as well just walk straight into your lot, but you do want that separation from the outside world. So it seemed like a good even thingy. You know, my English is sucking today, just like every other one. Now we're going to play around with the railings and the deck for a bit to try and get the right shape and color scheme. We'll just try to make it blend a bit better with the house because right now it's not working very well. The staircase matches the actual house a lot better. It looks a lot more traditional and a lot more sleek. We're going to also replace that railing, like I said we would, around the whole deck. Or, well, all 4 decks. 5 decks. Tell me what you think of the railings and the staircases. I'd like to hear some feedback on that. I think it looks much better, though. But your opinions are always good and very interesting to read. Don't worry, we're taking that out now. It's not the right fencing. It's just, that railing is just not working. For a very contemporary house it would work, but this house is turned very traditional, so I think it needs a more traditional white railing to match the stairs. And that's not right, it's a little bit too yellow. Not so fond of that either. We'll find out. Maybe I'll keep that. I'm not sure. It looks kind of pink in the camera. I think I settle on something else. No promises though, but I'm not too fond of that railing at the moment. Pretty sure I do change it because that's looking very pink. Yep, see, I just took it out. It's not the right railing. That's better. Tell me what you think of that railing. Apparently I decided I didn't like it. I think I thought it was too similar to the other fence. Oh no, I wanted the corners to have that distinct picket. Tell me what you think of that one. I think it works better with the house. I think it just fills it in a bit better. And again, if you have any ideas or have a mod you'd like to send me off Mod The Sims or any other download site, please send me the link and I will check it out and try to add it to the house. Or maybe even just another house in the future if you just like the mod and think I should use it in something else. Recommendations are always great and I love hearing them. See, if that had been a clear fence, I'd probably like that better, but the blue tinged glass is just clashing with the pink and the stone, and I'm not too fond of that at all. I tried out a few different railings because I didn't want it to be exactly the same throughout the house, but like this one that I'm trying now, which is just like a wire, was not working very well and nothing really settled nicely or blended. So I think I settled for the, well, I know I settled for the railing that's on the bottom half, and I think it made a nice accent to the whole house because it blends very nicely with the trim and the stone and the pink purple color. So I think it was a good choice. Just delete, oh, deleted the door. No, that's a window. Just get rid of all these little pieces so we can keep deleting and adding. And oh, was that a wall? No. I think this house is coming along quite nicely. Again, feedback's great. I think this rail definitely improves it. That black glass one just wasn't working at all. It wasn't the right shape or type. And I think this just brings the quality of the house up quite a bit. That one was really only there so that we knew there was rail. Nope, deleting the foundation. Oopsie. We'll just put that back and keep going. This delete tool has a habit of deleting the wrong thing. It's quite finicky. As you can see, I'm stopping at every corner so that it gets a very distinct post. Otherwise, it would just continue the fence along in the same shape. Actually, I'm pretty sure it can't go around anyways, but if you do keep going and you don't want the posts, and you want the posts, then you can stop and add a post and then continue, and that'll just give it a little bit of definition. Now, something I'm not fond of is when you can see through the house when you go down the levels, so I like to black out the walls on the floors that you're not going to be entering, or any space that you won't be entering. I just feel it's a little cleaner. Sims 2 doesn't have a lot of variety. Sims 3 you can create your own textures and colors, so it makes it a lot easier to get a pure black wallpaper and pure black flooring. This one has a good black flooring, but the black wallpaper has like weird patterns on it, but just ignore that since you're not even going down there, so I just do that so that it looks cleaner. This grass is kind of mousy, hey? I think I'm going to change that and make it darker. It's not the best shade of green. For a fancy mansion, you have to have a manicured lawn, otherwise it's just, psh, you're not doing it right. See, now you can barely see the basement like that. It looks a lot cleaner. Just playing around with wall colors on the interior to try and get the right tones. That one's very nice and simple. I just decided to do that on all the walls to start just to make it look a little bit more homey. And then afterwards I obviously will go back and change that. But it is a pretty color. It's very simple and historic. I definitely need to take those tower... I need to add floor there and break down the walls on the front nook window things. I really still don't have a word for that. Someone throw a word out there that works for those things, because I'm not sure what to call them. I think it's a nook or like architectural something. I don't know. Throw a word out there for me to use, because I'm just stumbling around looking for the right one. It's not working. Now I'm just building another room to make that staircase not seem so floaty, because it was just kind of sitting there. So I've just created another little room off the main room. And I'm not quite sure what to do with that yet. We'll find out later. Took me a little while to figure out exactly how I wanted it to be, but it does end up staying. So that little room will be a bathroom, so I'm gonna have to play around with that. There can't be a door coming out of it. That would be weird. I just moved the door over, actually. I think that's the easiest solution. Because obviously that looks really wonky at the moment. I decided to add a fireplace because I thought that would look a little cozy and it would bring in another element of family to the house. And I thought that putting on the same level as the deck was a good idea because it would just add a little bit more of an entertainment space to that floor. I tried it downstairs a few times and obviously the chimney was being stupid, so I took that out and just decided to put it in another room. It felt like putting it on the side where the deck was the best because the chimney would just go straight up the exterior instead of the interior. Felt cleaner. Tell me what you think of the fireplace. I think that's a good spot for it, but maybe not. I don't know. You guys give me feedback. I like it. I'm just playing around with the different types of fireplaces right now, trying to figure out what to do. And now I'm going to play around out here for a bit. I decided to trim the path with that little path, I don't know, fence that we had around the driveway before. I thought that made it look very consistent and clean and, you know, very direct. It's definitely a path going to the front door. There's no offshoots. You're not walking around from there. You're just going up there. So as I said before, that green was very mousy, so I've decided to go around and just play with the colors and just do a little bit of grass-scaping, I guess. I'm not landscaping, but you know, I guess I'm playing with preliminary landscaping because I'm just doing the grass. Obviously, I'm going to go back and blend the edges because they don't match the exterior of the yard, which is important. You want it to blend with the neighborhood. So obviously, I'm going to go around and just do a bit of patching. But this green definitely brings out the purple and the gray and the white. It just kind of blends the whole mansion and makes it a lot stronger a composition. Now we got to patch it up a little bit. That's probably a bit too much, but... Oh, whoops. Such a shock, the changing colors, so we're definitely going to have to play a little bit with blending that. Not liking that. It just looks weird. I'm gonna definitely change that. Or maybe it'll grow on me, but I'm pretty sure I change it, because that just is patchy. Yep, there we go. We're playing around with it. Really not liking that right now. Guess I just decided to leave it for now and play around with it next episode. Or possibly farther along once it becomes more dominant. Right now I'm just boxing in the chimney to make it fit into the structure of the building because I don't really like that brown brick with the rest of my building. It's not bad, but I'm just going to blend it in just because I can. And once again, we will fill that in with the black just to make it obvious that it's not accessible. So again, tell me what you think of this. I think it blends better than it did before. And I will probably move it over a bit later because it's not very centered. But for now it works, so we'll just leave it there. Just have to get the right trim for this. Unfortunately, it would only let me trim one side with this one, so we'll probably be going back and fixing things because that's not working. Tell me if you have any ideas for the chimney. There might be a better idea for it, but for now that's what it's looking like. We're just gonna fix that by boxing it off so that you can't see it from the outside. And then we will fill it in. Well, and paint it. There's a random wall in the living room. We're gonna have to deal with that. But apparently not right now. There's a few things that on the inside of the house that will need to be fixed, like that one wall floating around, and then also those nook things need... There we go, we're taking that out, finally. Needed those to go, and then that one wall needs to go, which I don't think I've noticed. It's really irking me now, though. That little wall has to go. Take it out. And that just adds a little bit of accent to that room, too. It's quite nice, actually. Quite happy with how that's turning out. And it brings a lot more light into the rooms, too, this little outlook. I'm glad I added that. Obviously I tried to paint the staircase, but it just wouldn't blend properly, so I just had to leave it the way it was. Forgive me for that. It just wasn't blending and it wasn't getting the right shade of yellow, so we're just going to leave that. Now we'll just add some doors. So that's the master bathroom that I'm adding the door onto, and the master bedroom. Sorry, no. Is it? Yeah, that's the master bedroom. And that's another little bathroom, bedrooms. No, that's not a bedroom. It's another space. This is the kitchen dining room and the side entrance. And that is another bathroom slash other space that we will eventually finish and decorate. This is another bedroom right there. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, that's another bedroom. That's just another space. That's a bedroom. And we'll just take out those walls again because we forgot the upstairs ones. And we just took out a few more floating walls, thank goodness. Oh, there's one more. We'll just paint it that sunny cream. And yeah, we'll hopefully add the floor back in because that needs the flooring. There we go. And once again, that does bring in quite a bit of light to the rooms. Makes me happy. The bathroom has a different colored door, I think, which is kind of bugging me. I am going to move that wall over because it's not quite in the right spot. Better. This room really was hard to work with. It's such a strange shape that it just wasn't working out properly, so I played around for quite a while and I actually settled on something I think you'll find quite cool, but it's still kind of an awkward spot, so we may have to change that later. This is really a weird layout at the moment. The layout always is a hard thing to work with, so we'll definitely be working on that later. Changing that up a little bit. For now, we'll focus on the paint and blending things. And obviously we're trying to fix that room, but I don't think it's going to work right now. I do fix it, but not yet. It's just feeling very boxy at the moment, and that weird hallway, that just doesn't work. Very, very strange. I find it interesting that the light only comes in the windows once you put the flooring down. It's very funny. Now, I'm really not happy with that giant box in the center of the room, but there's not much I can do right now. We're almost done filming. So for this episode, feedback on, well, obviously the layout's not that great, but if you have any ideas for the layout, where rooms could be, or anything in particular, just please comment. If you like what you're seeing right now, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. Please tell me what you think of the deck and what you think of all the different features I've added this episode. Do you like the color of the grass with the rest of the building? Do you like the driveway I did? Do the fence railings work for you and the path? And just give me some feedback. Oh, and also the chimney. Are you fond of how I did the chimney? Is there a better way you think? Is there something else I should do it in? Or just another chimney or another fireplace I can put? All that's great feedback to hear, and I'm excited to figure out what you have to say. And that about brings our episode to a close. Thanks for watching Sims 2 episode 5 of Let's Go Build, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.